Hello again YouTube, I have another quick review for you and this time I'll show you close-ups as usual. This is the Yongnuo RF603N. This is a remote flash trigger and also remote shutter release trigger. The cable that I got for this is for a Nikon, so I'm going to try it on my Nikon in a few moments. You can get it for Canon, Pentax, Sony I think. The cable is different in each case, but you can buy the cables separately, they're fairly cheap. And the two units here, they're both transceivers. That means they can act as a receiver and a transmitter. I think it was £25, which is about roughly $40, $38, something like that, which is pretty cheap. I do have some ultra cheap flashgun triggers, wireless flashgun triggers, but they are really cheap and they only operate on flash. This actually triggers the camera as well, and I was particularly interested in that because I want to do some remote shooting in groups this holiday season. I've got family coming over, we're having a big family gathering and I want to be part of the group this time, so to take the shots something like this is ideal. So let's have a look at this. I'm going to show you what's in it now. This arrived fairly quickly. I think in some cases it can take up to 3 or 4 weeks depending on where you buy, if it's coming straight from China. So this little thing, and I will show you all the close-ups, this cable that you're looking at now is the connecting cable for a Nikon. Of course it would be a slightly different cable for a Canon, but that means if I wanted to use this on a Canon at some point I'd just need a separate cable. These two transceivers would work. Let me get those out to show you. Little instruction book which I'm going to ignore as usual. And let's have a look. Very well packaged, as you can see. They're identical, so let me open one of them and I'm going to show you some close-ups now so that you can see what they look like. So this is the actual unit itself. As you can see, very straightforward. There's an off and on position. This works on the 2.4 GHz frequency, made in China. There's a standard hot shoe, battery compartment for two AAA, which are not supplied. You have to provide those yourself. I have those, so it's not a problem. But it does mean that it's nice and easy to replace them because they're readily available. AAA batteries are available everywhere. And then there appears to be a PC sync socket, which I won't need, but in some cases for older flash guns you may need that. So there we have the two units. I'm going to put batteries in these now and we're going to take a look at them and see how well they trigger the camera. I will be trying this outdoors as well to see what range I get. I'm doing it from a few feet here, in which case it won't really tell me a great deal, but I want to see how far it will go outside, so I'll do those, well, it will be tomorrow because it's actually quite late here and I'm using some studio lighting just to get used to the indoor shooting. I did get a studio lighting kit, soft boxes with continuous light some time ago. I did promise to show how to set them up and use them, so there will be a video coming of that soon, but that's the setup I'm using at the moment. Okay, so let's have a look at what these do, and I'll do some close-ups on this now and then show you it in action on the camera. So I've got the two Yongnuo receivers. I have the Nikon style connector. I've already put batteries in one of them. I've got batteries here just to show you. This one's empty. So let's have a look. So you can see it's a fairly easy slide off container. In here you can just about see the four, what they call dip switches. You can set this to be a code that means if anybody else is using one of these units in the vicinity of you, your unit will not interfere with them and their unit will not interfere with you. I think they come standard with all of them switched off. The units will work straight out of the box with each other, but if you are working around other people using the same type of unit, it can be worth just changing the dip switches on all your receivers or transceivers. So let me just have a look. So it's clearly marked inside the polarity of the batteries. Let's put these in. It's a fairly snug fit, and there we go. So we have a simple on-off switch, and then we have, let me just do it this way, we have the light which shows that it's in operation. When I use the shutter trigger here, you'll see it will change colour, so that's when it's transmitting. And what I'm going to do now is put this on the camera and actually show you how this works. So on this one, which I'm going to turn on, I have this connector here which simply slots in. Let's grab the camera. So this one, actually let me turn it off while I mount it on the camera. Simply slots, as you can see, let me get this correctly positioned for you. Simply slots on the hot shoe mount. Of course this does obscure your pop-up flash, but we'll come to that in a moment. On the side here, on the D7000, there is a GPS connector, and this goes into there. It is marked so that you can work out which way it goes. I'll have to look, just bear with me. Okay, it goes in that way. I'll try to show you. A little bit difficult when I'm doing it backwards and I can't see what I'm doing, but anyway, it's a good fit. It's okay. Let's switch on now. I'm going to turn this on to manual focusing for the purpose of the demonstration. So I now have this unit switched on, and just to show you, we've got the green light showing. You can probably see that there, can you? Yep. Okay. So now with this unit, and of course I'm right next to it so it's fine, a half press would focus. I've turned this on to manual focus because it's on the table, but in a real shoot you would have this on a tripod or you'd be hand holding it, so it would be fine for the lens to focus. So you half press to focus and then take the photo. So in actual fact, let me adjust this so that I actually get an in focus shot. Okay, what I've done is I've focused on my laptop screen, which is what I'm using to gauge the filming. So I'll put the result of this image in the picture. So now half press would normally focus, and then a full press to release. Yep, and you'll be able to see that in a second, although it's a little dark, so let me just change the shutter speed. Try that again. Yeah, still a little dark, so let's just do that one more time. Yeah, looks okay to me. So it's as simple as that. Now I'm going to try this outdoors and we'll see exactly what kind of range I can get with it. You can pop a flash gun in here, and if you want to, you can also pop, let me just turn this way, you can also pop a flash gun on here. So although your pop-up flash is restricted because of this position, you can mount a separate speed light here, or you can take this off and then use it separately. Let me show you. So you either hand hold it and take, or mount this, or mount the entire camera on a tripod, and then you would shoot with this one. Okay. So depending on what you're actually doing, you might mount it on the hot shoe, you might not. For the kind of thing I'll be doing when I'm taking pictures of the family in the next few weeks, I'll be putting this on a tripod. I'll be having my speed light mounted on a separate stand using a softbox, which I'll mention at the end of this video. And so for me, this position wouldn't be a problem. I don't know how long the battery life lasts on these, but it's easily It's easily changed AA, AAA batteries, so you can use rechargeables. I've got rechargeables in here. Remember to turn it off when you're done. There is no lock. I would mention that there's no lock here, but it seems to be a pretty good fit on the hot shoe, so it seems fairly sturdy. And you do have the PC sync socket, which I mentioned earlier. Now, one thing I'm not sure about is this cable. I did mention earlier that you can simply change the cable and then use this with different cameras. I'm not certain that I'm correct. I think I may be wrong, so I'm going to research that, and I'll put a note at the end of the video just to let you know. So that's the Yongnuo RF-603N remote flash trigger and remote shutter release. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and while you're here, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you would, that would be great. The next video is going to be about this little device, newer, I think you call it. And what this is a portable softbox for a flashgun, a speedlight type flashgun. So you'll see how that works. It's much cheaper than the official branded ones. I think Last Light charge about £45–50. I'll put currency conversion over here. But this came in at 23, was it, or 26? I can't remember. I'll put the price on screen, but there'll be a review video of this in the next day or two, and I'll show you sample images as well. Thanks for watching. See you again. Bye now.